What's up, traders? Today we're just gonna have a conversation about emotions, and this is geared more for the new traders, the beginners. There's just a that beginning phase when you first start out. You have to really find there's a balance. It's just for your account size. I don't care if you have 100 grand in the bank, or $100. You have an emotional response to money, and if the new ones, they haven't found it yet, and it can cause a lot of trouble in your trades. Because your account's going to swing. Everyone knows this. Your account's going up and down when you're in a trade. You got to give it some wiggle room, or you just tag out. So watching your money go up and down, if it's the easiest way to put it, if it's too low, you don't care. You're not paying attention. If it's too high, it's triggering anxiety. You're freaking out, and it changes the way you're thinking. So it's just important when you're starting off to find that balance. For instance, so I'm helping someone right now. We're doing some one-on-one stuff, and she's holding a ticker right now. She's holding it. It's because she started off with something so small, she doesn't care. She just doesn't care about the amount. And so right now she's losing money, and it's not anything big, and it's just not. But she's not getting the full feel of it. For that very reason. She's not worried about it. She's going to wait for it to come up. She doesn't care if she bag holds. That thing could wake up tomorrow at half price, and she would just think it sucks, but she wouldn't really care. Amp it up a little bit, and you care enough. You might cut your losses. You might figure out what happened. You might see there's a break of pattern. You might want to, you want to learn from it. Amp it up too big, you're freaking out, and you either cut losses that hasn't even broken the pattern yet, it just went down, or you're holding so much you don't know what to do with yourself. You're just going to watch it every 5 minutes and just freak out. It's unnecessary. And a lot of traders are doing this. And in the chats, all you see is somebody freaking out over they have a lot more in their, and I've said this a lot. Yeah, I don't. Paper trading is something I didn't do personally. Paper trading is more on you have to have a lot of discipline for paper trading to actually learn from it, I think. It's a very useful tool. You can get in, you can try things out. I think if you have the discipline, it's definitely worth it. Because if you can really put the time in and understand what you're doing and learn from it, paper trading is the way to go. But personally, I never did it because that's too cheap for me. In fact, that's zero. I had zero skin in the game, and it just didn't matter to me. I learned from doing, and that emotional response. Your emotions are there, and it's good to know when they're there and why they're there. They're good to have. I tell everybody it's good to be a robot. I am like a robot, but if the price is too high, money is a trigger for me. But I know what those emotions are, and I know how to handle them, so I know what I'm doing. So if I get crazy into one, I've done it before. I've gotten into one ticker so bad, it went into one zone. There was just another zone right below it, and it broke down, and so it gapped down, and I was like, man, I was in so deep that I don't know, I just wasn't thinking right. I held it. And I added on. Once it got to the next zone. It ended up being a green trade for me. I still knew what I was doing, but, looking back, had I not had that big of a position, I would have cut my losses because we hadn't made it to the zone yet. We're just headed there. And I knew every bit that we were. I could have cut losses, just cut it right there, even just momentarily, because I knew it was going to hit it, and it did. It bounced right into it. I could have cut my losses, rode that thing down a little bit more, or just watched it, jumped all back in with even more, and I would have just saved myself that little bit of a gap. And it's just things like that you can do when emotions aren't trading for you. So, and this might be just a quick video because I don't know how else to put it. That's just, you need to find that balance. No matter what your bank account is, you have an emotional response to money. It's going to be too little, you don't care. Too much, you're losing your mind. You need to find that middle ground, and that will grow with your account. Even if you have 100 grand in the bank, but you're freaking out over your account swinging $500 a day, $500 up, you're super excited, $500 down, and you're watching the charts every 5 minutes. You need to tone it down a little bit, and that will grow as your account grows. Figure out where that balance is, and grow from there, because you'll get used to your account swinging $100 a day, or each trade it's swinging up and down $100 and you're locking in profits. If it goes down, you're not worried. When it goes up, you're still not super excited. You're happy. You don't have to be dead inside, but you got to understand those emotions. If you're jumping up and down because you are positive, then you are probably going to be freaking out if you are that much negative. There's two directions these stocks can go, up or down, and it's the same way. So your emotions are still going to be triggered the same way, up or down. It's good when it's up, but even if you are up a lot and you're freaking out, that's something you need to check, because if it were down that much, you'd be freaking out just as much. Anyway, I told you this video, it's just a quick one, but I just wanted to go over that. It's these small, simple little, just simple things to keep in the back of your mind. Emotions, they're not always bad. They're just bad when they're working against you. So once you are able to identify what they are and what's causing them, you're able to take control, and it'll change everything the way you trade. So that's it. Just remember, let's lock in profits, not losses.